Hey everybody, welcome to episode 12 of the No Hype Zone. I'm Seth, this is Lance as always, and today we are with Sonny. We're in his man cave.
Yes, sir.
He's definitely a Baltimore Ravens fan.
Love him.
Love him.
We love the Baltimore Ravens. Look at all this purple right here.
Go Browns.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Yeah,
Right, you gotta be scared of the
Browns
Browns.
are going to win the division this year, so.
I think they might win the Super Bowl, but I don't want to get kicked out of here too fast. So I'm gonna say that they might make it to the playoffs. So that's it.
Yeah, there you go. So Sonny, if you want to just give us a rundown of your background, like where you're from, how you got this place going. I mean, you guys can't see it all, but at the end we'll give you like a panorama shot. So fire away, man.
Yeah. So obviously from Pittsburgh. My whole family's from Pittsburgh. Grew up there for a little while. I was born and raised here in Arizona for the most part, but all my family's still back in Pittsburgh. So shout out to the Pittsburgh folks here in the room.
Yes, sir. Sonny's family.
Black and yellow.
Yeah, go black and yellow.
Yes, sir.
Been out here for a long time. Really, pretty much my whole life, but still true roots back in the Berg.
Okay.
And Permanis Brothers, for those that have had a Permani sandwich before, gotta love the sandwich. Known for the sandwiches, pierogies. If you haven't had a pierogi, you gotta try a pierogi.
Pierogies.
Oh man, love pierogies.
I don't know what a pierogi is, but I'm gonna try one now.
Out of all your stuff in here, what is your most prized possession?
Oh man, God, you gotta look around.
Yeah.
All these helmets back here, I got. I got a big collection. I'm trying to fill, and most people can't see, but I got a whole little shelf up here. I'm trying to fill the whole thing up. The Ben Roethlisberger and Terry Bradshaw picture up here in the corner. You'll see it here in a minute.
Cool.
The Super Bowl winning quarterbacks, each one have signed it. Has all the Super Bowl tickets on it. It's probably one of the better ones. And you gotta love the bus.
Yeah.
Sure. Gotta love the bus.
Yeah.
I see you trying to cover up that Le'Veon Bell jersey right there.
Yeah, I'm working on it. My next trip back, I'm gonna get another towel. I think stab it right in the middle there. Yeah. Cover it up.
Yeah.
It's one of those bad wounds. You just gotta put a Band-Aid on.
So that's Le'Veon F. Bell. That's his name right now. Just like Antonio F. Brown. That's what happens when they leave the Steelers.
That's
They
it.
get middle name of an F. Okay.
That's it.
Right
So
on.
living out here for a while, and this is my second Steelers man cave. I had one at my old house that was about a quarter of this size, and my wife and I decided that we're gonna have another one here, so we had a lot more room to do it, and so we painted everything in here by hand. The Steelers logo here, the Steelers on the back there, everything in here. We all painted by ourselves. So it was painting sucks.
Yeah.
But
Gotta do it.
I took a whole vacation from work just to come in here and paint.
I feel like I'm in the immaculate reception right now. I feel like Franco, what's his name?
Franco Harris.
Franco Harris is like shining down on us right now. I mean, I just feel like all the Steelers greats. It was Lynn Swan, Terry Bradshaw. I can hear him in the back. I just feel like I'm in Pittsburgh right now. This feels like Heinz Stadium right now, man. This is like awesome, man. This is a beautiful man cave.
Question
Yes, sir.
about that immaculate reception catch.
It was a catch.
Did he touch the ground?
Of course not.
Okay,
Hey,
all right.
let's go.
All right,
The Santonio Holmes catch gets a cardinal.
Oh, that's one of the prettiest catches in
Hold
the
on,
game.
but wait, if you look at
Toes.
it, his one foot was on top of the other foot, and that's going from, Santonio Holmes is a Buckeye, I'm a huge Buckeye nerd. But if you look at a close-up picture, he's catching it like this.
That
And have
boy,
2
that
feet
was
down,
such a
not
pretty
one
catch.
foot.
They're connected. They're connected.
There you go.
That
There
was
we
a
go.
pretty catch.
I'll take it.
Oh, that took the heart out of all the Cardinals when you
Yeah.
made that catch, man.
Well, not only that, but if you guys remember the play right before halftime, when
James Harrison.
James Harrison took that 99-yard pick, to the house.
And
That was
they
pretty
didn't
wild.
have enough oxygen on the sideline to keep him alive. I was worried about it for a minute, right?
Yeah, right? There you
I'm
go.
going to urgent care. Hey, can I go to Mercy Gilbert, please? I know I'm in Arizona, please.
There you go. So, great start to the show. I just want to say we're going to crack a beer here. First time.
By the way,
Here.
Yingling, Pittsburghs.
I got my Coors Banquet here.
Bayless Point,
Cheers.
IPA.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
There you go.
There you go. Suds up. That's how you do a sports show. That's how we do a sports show up here.
I like it. All right. Well, let's talk about one of your first loves, hockey.
Hockey, love hockey. My boy plays hockey. 7 years old. You know.
Let me just go ahead and say now, for all you hockey recruiters out there, it's a kid that stays in this house that might be the next Connor McDavid. I think he is probably the kid that's under the radar. He went to one of his matches. He laid out 7 people in a matter of 3 minutes. He's one of the toughest little kids I know. He plays with kids 4 or 5 years older than him. I'm thinking that you guys need to make your way down to Gilbert and come start talking to the family now because he's going to be the hottest thing since sliced bread. Eat. Just putting it out there right now.
What team does he play for?
He's on the team called the Storm this season.
Okay.
Summer League is starting, which in Arizona here, you know, he wanted to play soccer. I was like, no, let's stick with hockey. Man, inside, you know, it's a nice balmy 60 degrees as opposed to 110 degrees sitting outside. So, you know, we talked him in.
60 degrees.
Yeah. So, you know, it's all good. Now we're playing our first season of summer hockey, which in the desert playing hockey in the summer kind of seems not fit, right?
Smart though. Get away from that 115 degree weather and go around the cold ice and relax.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna be doing that today. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. You really love
TV right here and everything.
Why you didn't do this when we was at Darwin? You was at Darwin. You was just like little. At James's house, you really okay. I see you really love Allison Tonight's man cave.
Yeah, this is great. Great sponsor to the show. Can we go here next week?
And every once in a while, we actually come out and have like a family movie night. But like, you know,
how big is that TV right there? Or that screen?
Measure it's like 144 inches.
I think more like 260, but who's counting? It's just beautiful.
My goodness, it's like life-size players up there.
You guys don't understand. This is like heaven for a sports fan right now. I feel like I'm sitting on a cloud right now. Allison has already said that I had a light shining from my head a little while ago. I swear, this is like heaven. This is like, just like heaven. This is beautiful. All right, I'm sorry, Sonny. This is beautiful.
Should we shine a light on you?
No, don't shine a light on me. I feel like, okay, Sonny.
Here we go.
I'll tell you. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. This is just so beautiful. I love this place. I love this place. I tell you, boy, I love it. But yeah, Easton Burke, that's who you guys need to look out for.
Yeah, so I mean, good playoffs right now, right? We got the Hurricanes, a wild card seed.
Yes.
Right, wild card seed. You know, they took down the defending Stanley Cup champs.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I was going to say, the playoffs have been pretty unpredictable this year. Now, who'd have thunk that Tampa Bay and Calgary would have been in the first round?
First round, and Tampa Bay got swept.
Yeah. And who else got swept?
Talk about them Wangs.
Oh man.
Which is terrible because I became a Penguin fan basically because of this guy. So y'all heard the past 4 shows. I kept saying when they was talking hockey, I was talking Penguins. This is Sonny. Sonny has influenced me to be a Penguin fan. Although I like my Blackhawks and my Kings, the Penguins black and yellow because of Sonny. So. Yeah, I'm upset that I don't.
Yeah, there's a little bit of turmoil this offseason. We'll see what happens, right? Obviously, with every offseason, but you got 2 big names with Malkin and Crosby on the same team together, and with Chicago, you got Taves and Kane on the same team together, and you got to keep the egos in check and make sure that they're playing together. So they every year they got to figure it out. They play on different lines and. Is Malkin better than Crosby? Is Crosby better than Malkin? Is Crosby the best player in the NHL?
Give us your hype on who's the best player.
Oh man, I haven't got to see a lot of Nathan McKinnon until these playoffs right now. He hasn't been in the playoffs before.
Who does he play for?
The Avalanche.
Okay.
They're playing the Sharks right now, and they.
What's that series at?
It's 2-2. It's tied 2-2 right now. But man, he gets the puck, and it's just a flash down the ice. And it's very similar to McDavid, whom I would consider probably the best player right now.
Okay. So he's now taking over as Crosby. Crosby and Ovechkin were like the best, right? We would say, but now like we got McDavid coming in. We've got who's the other guy on Toronto? He's played for
Austin Matthews.
Austin Matthews
from
Tavares
from Scottsdale, by the way. Yeah.
What about Tavares?
John Tavares, I don't know that he's up there. He's a great hockey player,
Okay.
and he made the Maple Leafs very good this year.
Yeah.
I think really drove them in over the top. A little disappointed to see the Maple Leafs go out so soon.
Yeah, we do want to see Austin Matthews do well.
Yeah, living in Arizona, it's great. You know, it'd be great to see a desert boy doing a good job playing hockey and moving on. But
And that's local for us because of Connor. Connor trained Austin Matthews, and Connor trains at Atlas. So, that's like, with that 6 degrees of separation, it's like really close. So, we want to see him do good.
yeah, but overall, right now, I think Connor McDavid is probably the best player in hockey right now. He's probably the best player in the world right now. Just he gets the puck and it's electric.
Yeah.
It's just like a
It's
lightning
like a
bolt
string.
down. Yeah.
Like the puck's like a string attached to his
Yeah.
blade almost.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's
Now,
amazing.
from what I seen last night from that Carolina series you was talking about, and I think I was telling you this when I came in, I believe that's his
Sebastian Aho,
Aho, he was playing like Crosby. He
Yeah.
reminded me of Crosby when Crosby was playing in that series versus the what's those guys from Nashville? The
Predators. The Predators.
And remember, I was telling you then, I said Crosby reminded me of LeBron. The way that he was able to do everything. He's that type of player. And I seen Aho yesterday. He was able to get an assist. He got a goal. He was, I don't know in hockey. I know that you guys got the hockey assist where if you pass to one person and you pass to another person, then you still get credit for the assist.
Yeah.
So he was involved with that. It was just a lot of action by him yesterday.
Yeah.
I think he kind of set the tone for Carolina. And Carolina was that team. What's that guy, Don Cherry? He hated Carolina.
Yes, for the celebration.
Yep.
That's great. I think that's fun.
It's fun, right?
Yeah.
It's fun for the fans. It's fun.
Yes, and it gets people talking about the sport as well.
Yeah.
It's a shame that not a lot of people do talk about it. I always feel like a lot of us get our information from the sports talk shows or ESPN. They never talk about it enough. They'll talk about the NFL ad nauseum almost. They talk about the nuance and the minutia of the playoffs. But when they talk about hockey, it's like, oh, there's a game today in hockey. Next, the Cowboys. Like what? Like come on,
Cowboys.
Let's get into this more. Let's talk more hockey. So it's good that the playoffs this year, like I said, are kind of not in disarray, but they're unpredictable, which is kind of fun for the sport.
Right.
Whereas in the NBA, teams 1 through 4 are in the playoffs or have moved on in the playoffs.
Well, you know what? I think I like too when that Dallas game. I've seen Ezekiel Elliott. Since you just brought up Dallas, Ezekiel Elliott was sitting there drinking out of what was he drinking out of? He was taking what was it, a boot or some shoe or something. It was something that every time Dallas Stars scored, he was drinking out of something that was crazy and foreign, and it was like. I'm like, okay, the NFL gotta have a problem.
Probably for him, it's probably not the best idea.
Why? But he can drink if he's
no, I'm not saying he shouldn't. I'm a firm believer that it's okay, right?
Of course.
But when you're at that level and you got that kind of persona and you got a little bit of a checkered past, maybe just watch it.
That's good hype right there.
Yeah.
Especially being on TV, right? Because they're showing it on TV.
I definitely understand. If you got dreams of being the president one day, you should act like you're going to be the president one day. If you're an NFL player, you got to understand certain things doesn't need to be out in the public all the time because you're a role model as well as people count on you to show up and be able to play. A certain
It's interesting that thought process. The thought process behind all that, thinking of, I see it on TV and I don't think nothing twice about it, but some other parent's going to be looking at that like, oh, my son looks up to Ezekiel Elliott and there he is chugging beer out of a boot or whatever,
Right.
It's an interesting concept to think about.
Gotcha. So who do you think is going to make the Stanley Cup final?
Ooh, man.
It's final, not finals. Okay, final, Stanley Cup final. There's no S at the end of that, just for everybody.
There's only one this year. You're right.
Right.
I'm thinking the Sharks have a really good chance.
Okay.
I like the Sharks. I think their draw in the West and beating Vegas this year, I think really is going to propel them, put them to the front.
Okay.
Hopefully, if Pavelski gets back and starts playing with them, it even puts them up a little bit further. And I'm pulling for the underdog. I'm pulling for the Hurricanes.
Okay.
Wow.
They're playing tough.
Okay.
They took down the defending Stanley Cup champs.
Yep.
They took them 7 games. They just swept the Islanders,
So they're playing hot right now.
They're playing hot. And in hockey, you watch it over the years, you need a hot goaltender and a hot team.
Yeah.
And right now they got it going on.
Yeah.
Peter Mrazek is playing lights out right now. So, you know, it's the Stanley Cup final with the Sharks and the Hurricanes.
Okay.
I don't see it as too far of a pipe dream.
I like it. I like it.
Could be fun.
Love it.
Could be fun.
So who we got still in it? Who's all in it right now?
See, so yeah, you got the Sharks playing the Avalanche,
Okay.
and they're tied at 2.
Okay.
And then you've got the Stars and the Blues,
Okay.
and they're
It's in the West.
yeah, they're in the West. I think they're tied at 2 as well.
Okay.
And then Hurricanes and Islanders. The Hurricanes just won the series last night,
Yeah.
so amazing, great season for the Hurricanes. And then the Bruins and the Blue Jackets it's a hot, heavy title or contested battle here. That's 2-2.
So
Okay.
everyone's at 2-2.
Pretty much everybody across the board 2-2.
Conspiracy.
Look,
Conspiracy.
I don't have a metal hat for you, okay? So stop that.
The
all right?
NHL wants all the games to go 7 games so that the advertisers and the viewership all can go up. I'm just kidding.
That's for
I'm
my sister.
100%
That's for
kidding.
Francesca right there.
Yes,
That's for my
I'm
sister
calling.
right there.
Actually, I'm calling a few people out
They
there.
call a lot of people out.
So-
You don't like conspiracy. So the
Yeah.
Carolina hasn't been this far. Since 2009 or 2010? That was the last
Something
time.
like that.
Something like that, yeah. When they actually won the cup, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it
Wow.
was 2009. I think it was, yeah. Yeah.
Good
And,
for
and a buddy of mine, he's a big basketball fan. He's a Warriors fan, and
Right.
and we kind of go bickering back and forth about is basketball better playoff, is hockey better playoff,
Hockey.
and
I
I
think hockey, man, because it's so unpredictable. Basketball's so predictable. Hold on. Hang on. I can't get a word in.
Yeah, right,
I can't get a word in right now.
Okay, go ahead. I just had to call. I had a bad call. And you were saying hockey is better than NBA playoffs. All the drama. Yeah, that's like all
I'm
my
talking about
children.
drama.
how many number one teams of basketball got beat in the first round?
Exactly. 0, none, 0. That's what we're talking about. So in NBA, we're talking about the refs. Where in hockey, we're talking about how great these series are. The
Okay.
refs are involved.
That's
The
a cheap
refs.
shot.
That's not a cheap shot. That's just reality, man. That's reality. I'm just saying. I'm trying to be I'm trying to be in the no hype zone as
Okay.
best that I can.
All right,
you
so
know?
I'm gonna be in the no hype zone as well.
Okay.
And my no hype zone is
Okay.
the NBA is everybody talks about the NBA. Hockey, don't get me wrong, when you do spend time watching hockey, it's such a beautiful sport.
Yeah.
When I'm sitting up there watching the highlights and or even watching the game, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. But you said it best. It's not hyped up to the point where the NBA is hyped up. So it's not like the NFL. The NBA gives you whatever you expected and then some because it's hyped up so much. So to me, because you know all the players and you know what's going on behind the
So for
scenes.
your personal.
So my personal opinion
Gotcha.
is if ESPN, Fox, and all the big media outlets were to, hype up the things that's going on in hockey, just the
Yeah.
way Sonny just broke this
Yeah.
down, then hockey could be on the same level as the NBA. Because when you watch it, it's just as exciting. It's like
It's
watching
very exciting.
basketball
Very
on
exciting.
ice. But the problem is, it's not there to the point. Like I said, I just discovered this guy A-hole yesterday. I don't even know how to pronounce his name because I haven't heard it enough. I do know about Crosby. I know about Ovechkin. I know, but those are the only 2 guys that you know about. You know about the Vegas Knights because of the theatrics before the game actually starts. But other than that, they do hockey does a terrible job as far as promoting itself, and with that, the casual fan like me who could be somebody that's really loyal to the sport is not because of the hype.
I'm going to say that I think hockey, they do a good job of promoting their sport. It's just the media outlets don't talk about it enough.
How did you know anything about what's going on in the All-Star game?
So like the shows like First Take and the show on FS1, Skip and Shin, even my favorite
Yeah,
Colin Cowherd, right?
Yeah.
All they talk about right now, NBA playoffs, NFL draft. They literally talk about nothing else. Even post NFL draft, now they're talking about the upcoming season, the rookies and all this stuff.
Yeah, how are they going to perform?
Yes,
I've
I've
seen meet
seen
expectations.
I've seen 0 talk. So we have it on. We have First Take on at work, right?
Yeah.
So we get to glance at it. We can't hear it, but I see no headlines about hockey, nothing. If they were to talk more about hockey, I think it would be more popular, in my opinion. So that's why we're not getting, that's why there's kind of like a disconnect with hockey. When they do talk about hockey, they talk about, oh, how no one watches hockey. Well, you guys give us the information, right? You know, I don't sit there and look at the newspaper, or, you know, maybe I don't pull up, you know, my internet on my phone. I watch you guys and get some of my information, but they don't talk about it. So
I'm gonna tell you this: when Ovechkin was going around last year with the cup, that was the most hockey news I was privy to.
Oh yeah, he made the news.
He made the news. So what happened going into this year? I want to see what Washington was doing because of what they were doing with Ovechkin. I don't, you know, we had Patrick on the show talking about certain sports doesn't need that, but you do need that. You need to be able to promote your sport.
Yes.
You need to be able to talk about the characters that's in the league that's going to make people spend money to come out to come see the game.
Right.
If you're not a diehard like Sonny or grew up where you were, you know, the Sabres was everything.
Yeah.
Where I come from, Mr. Warts was horrible with the Blackhawks. He didn't put the Blackhawks on regular TV. He wanted you to come out to the stadium and come see it. You didn't know nothing. We knew about Jeremy Roenick, but that was it. And he was more famous when he came out here to Arizona than when he was in Chicago.
Yeah.
So my point is that, you know, the major cities are hyped up with football and basketball. The smaller towns are hyped up with their hockey, but that's not making mainstream, and therefore, when you compare the playoffs, basketball has that edge because of the fact that everybody knows Kyrie is crazy. Everybody knows Kyrie talks about the earth is flat. But so you want to see him playing basketball. You know what I'm saying? It's the truth. It's that silliness.
Yeah.
It's the silliness.
Yeah.
The Kawhi's crazy monster laugh.
Yeah.
You know, you want to see that. Or you know, right now, who you got in it? You got Portland. Dang.
Yeah.
When he hit the 3-point over OKC and waved them on. You got stuff like that makes you want to keep watching the playoffs.
the NBA's got a problem. What if the Western Conference Finals are Denver against who else is in there?
Well, you still got Golden State and Houston. So Houston,
Right.
either one
So
of those
what if
don't
it's
win.
like Denver and Houston, and then in the East is like Milwaukee versus like Toronto?
I think that they still be okay. I think right now they hyped up those other teams, bring them up. So like I said, if just those Giannis is big right now, Kawhi is big, so the East is coming up. So that's what I'm saying. Hockey needs to do that. I got into Subban at Nashville. I got into Penrique. What was his name? Is that the goalie at Nashville? Pecorine. I got into Crosby. I got into the black and yellow gold, Pittsburgh. So I got into that because of Sunday analysis. I didn't get into that because of what I was seeing off of TV.
Right, but I'm saying
It's a good point. Right.
ESPN and Sports Center and First Take and what are those FS1 shows? Skip and Shannon and you know all that. They need to have more topics on hockey when it's relevant, like it's very relevant now. Instead of talking about, hey, you know, Ben Roethlisberger, you know, took a left turn when the light was red,
Right.
you know, at a stoplight. Like, no one cares about that right now.
But then what happens is you watch Pittsburgh Steelers and you want to see if Roethlisberger is able to go 2-3 touchdowns because of the
Right, I
little
understand
silliness.
that. But
You
like,
need that
like
little
right
drama.
now, today's May 4th.
So if they brought that little silliness into hockey,
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yes,
Crosby made a left turn,
Right.
or McDavid made a left turn.
Now you
I
got
know,
who's McDavid?
that's what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm totally making that up, but like that's what I'm talking about. You know,
Yeah,
there was
that's a good point.
Those shows always talk about the minutia of the Cowboys in the offseason. Like, oh hey, you know, Ezekiel Elliott was jaywalking the other day. Like,
Or he went to a dispensary. He went to a dispensary and he didn't get anything, but he just walked into a dispensary.
Like, let's make a big
But
deal out of that.
Again, once again, I think we all agree with that. It just needs drama. Sometimes is good, especially with sports, because you know we as fans we get carried away and we live vicariously through the athletes that we see.
Sure.
So you know it's like watching a soap opera. It's a reason why General Hospital, you got people sitting there watching General Hospital at 2 o'clock. It's a reason. I mean, I'm going to be honest with My father, before he passed, my father was the king of this. My father was the hardest dude you know. He used to talk like Mustafa in the Lion King all the time.
Sure.
When he got older and he retired, he used to make fun of my mother and make fun of my grandmother for watching the soap operas. When he retired, he spent his whole life based upon what time General Hospital came on and whatever other show, because he was into those soap operas. Love the drama. So if we been entertained, give me some drama.
So hockey can make that drama. They can. I mean, if, like I said, I'm gonna say it again. If the talk show guys would be like, hey, Connor McDavid, spent $20 in America, even though he lives in Canada. Like, make some stupid story up.
It's too much.
Talk about it.
Well, there was one guy, and the name escapes me right now. But with all the sexual assault and everything going on right now, he got caught. Whether it was his wife or another girl, but nobody hears about that, right? There's no hype. You're talking about hype. There's nothing behind it because it's. And I'm not saying nothing bad, but it's hockey, right? So the hockey fights. I don't know if they're saying because hockey fights they can do this.
Oh, it's a good fight.
But it was nobody knows about it. I know about it, and like I say, I forget the guy's name and who all was involved with it, but you don't hear about that.
Right.
But if it was Kareem Hunt, or
Tyreek
Hill right now,
right,
you hear about it.
They play your guitar. They play the guitar string of your nerves all the time when it comes to the NBA and NFL. They try to come in low with something negative to get you to respond. But like you said about the fighting in hockey, I think it's Barry Melrose.
Barry Melrose,
They was fighting yesterday, I believe, in the Carolina Islander fight, and he was like, "That's good for hockey. That's what you need. You want a team with some spunk." But you see that in the NBA, those same guys are being called everything in the book, and that shouldn't happen. But you know what? Because of that little bit of hatred towards whatever you seeing right there, that causes people to keep watching that. And whereas hockey is like, okay, it's part of the sport. Yeah, it's part of the sport. It's a different perception on how you look at the game, man. And that's why people don't jump into it. If you was to say be as critical on the hockey players as you was with the NBA, then people would say, "Oh, let's look and see how bad these hockey boys are." No, you can't turn something bad and then it's good here, and then somewhere over here is all the way bad. And so that's just my
it's kind of two levels.
Yeah,
right?
Gotcha. All right, there's our hockey talk, which is great. It's like the second most hockey talk we've had on the show. So
Ethan was here.
Ethan was
tearing this up right about now.
Right. Okay, so let's move on to the NBA. I just want to start with something real quick. You sent me something the other day. I don't know. You probably haven't seen this, but I watched the Game of Zones about Carmelo Anthony.
I love it.
Oh my God!
Game of Zones, Bleacher Report. You doing great.
That was fantastic.
Thank you. I've been trying to tell everybody, Game of Zones. If you ain't watching Game of Zones, I'm promoting this up right now, Bleacher Report. So y'all, my Lance Johnson, I work at Atlas Performance Training. If you want to come send me a check, I'm hyping up Game of Zones. Everybody, you need to be watching Game of Zones. If you don't know anything about the NBA right now, watch Game of Zones. Matter of fact, they got a soccer game.
Are you interviewing right now?
Yeah, I am.
Is that what's going on?
I am. I'm Lance Johnson. I'm 44 years old. I train on the side. But really, Game of Zones will catch you up on all the crap. Again, the drama. And is that drama? Was that drama?
Yes. All I gotta say is they did a great job of catching how out of touch Carmelo Anthony is, and like how zero self-awareness he has, and they do a great job of like catching the nuance of that. He was like, "I'm a starter." Like, no, you're not, dude. You're not a starter. It was like, hey, here's the universe, and here's Harden is the sun, the center.
Right.
You're like a moon on something, bro. No, what? I'm not a moon. Come on, man. That was good. That was so
right.
good.
So that's the problem with that. That's what the NBA does good, because, like I said, you have a lot of drama. You have a lot of coverage of it. You have stuff like Game of Zones. You know a lot more about the players than you would in any other sport.
Right.
And that's why it sells, from the gym shoes to everything. Like right now, I'm wearing my Air Jordan shirts and all that. Why? Because it's more than just the game.
Right.
So with that being said, going inside NBA talk, Portland had a fantastic game yesterday.
How many overtimes was that?
Four.
God.
And you know what? Hood hit that jump shot. That goes to show you. You take a play. Damian Lillard, first of all.
But Hood was fresh. He had like 7 points in 49 seconds or something like that.
But he did what
end.
he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
And think about it. He played good with LeBron.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Damian Lillard, as much as
Who's now getting more name recognition. But see what it
Big,
took.
a lot of name recognition.
Yeah, but see what it took. It took him to shoot a game-winning shot. He's already been good
It
for a long time.
he waited
Yes,
on
he did this,
boys.
yeah.
But you've been saying, Lance, you've been saying he's been good for a long time.
Yeah, I have.
You know,
I have.
but like now he finally is like, oh hey, look at this guy up in the Pacific Northwest. Now he's good. Like no, he's been good for a long time. It's just we talk about like markets. Like New York's a big market, Chicago's a big market, LA's a big market. No, the Pacific Northwest is not a big market. Well, that shouldn't. Who cares? Like, are you a good player? Like, yes. Like now, Damian Lillard. Now, he's top 3 guard in the league. Well, duh, he's been a top 3 guard in the league for a long time.
Well, I mean, the way he's performing now, and he's more, he's coming out. His pride is out. His chest is sticking out.
Yeah,
and the thing is this: I'm not saying I believe in reincarnation. I'm not saying I don't believe in reincarnation. But what I'm gonna say is this.
So you don't have no belief.
I believe. I believe in this: that players reincarnate. Spirits of players reincarnate. Like you see Jordan, you see another version of Jordan with Kobe.
Trying to emulate
and then you see another version of that. So right now, Damian Lillard is my version of Chris Paul. He's that Chris Paul was able to be that point guard that didn't kill you so much with scoring, didn't kill you so much with assists. He just knew how to do all the right things at the right time and make the players around him better. And Damian Lillard is that guy. LeBron has that gene too. LeBron can make everybody else around him better. What he did with Hood last year, when Hood was left on the island, he made Hood into a player attractive enough for Portland to pick him up, and now Portland picked him up, and now Damian Lillard has got the most out of him. Right. So with that being said, that system in Portland is good with the coach and Damian Lillard and CJ McCullough. They missing another superstar before they be able to challenge Golden State in the West. They are for real. I like Denver. Joker is still a beast. Murray,
his stat line last time was ridiculous.
Oh man, you should have seen a few plays that he did. He looked like Murray.
Crazy.
Reincarnation. Joker. Joker, reincarnation is the new Marc Gasol. He plays just like Marc Gasol.
Hard, get rebounds. Yeah.
He can pass really well too. See him pass underneath the man's legs a couple weeks ago.
He throw baseball passes. He's underneath. And to be honest with you, he's a mixture of Marc Gasol and Zach Randolph, who had a baby.
I remember Zach Randolph.
Yeah.
He's a little awkward there, but yeah.
Well, I'm just saying.
I know where your head's at.
Well, I'm just saying, if Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan had a baby, it would be LeBron James. So that I think
Great
crazy
point.
like
Great
that.
point.
I'm saying I'm trying to do
Great
it. I
point.
think. All right, scientific. So with that being said, with that being said, Joker, he's taking that Denver team to another level. But at first, to be honest with you, I thought that was a boring series. Of course,
why is it boring?
Because you want to always put his Westbrook.
No, you said it's boring. So tell us why it's boring.
Well, I sent him
Was
a
it
text.
boring last night?
Listen,
Was 4 overtime boring?
So look, son.
Now I'm in the middle.
Yeah, now you in the hype zone right now. So like the other day, I sent him and James a text saying, "Do you see this Denver Portland game? This game is terrible. I'm trying to watch it and it's horrible." And they both was like, "Why? Because it's missing star power. It's missing." They wanted to jab because they know my boy Westbrook wasn't in there. That's cool. I'm getting over that. And I'm not gonna say nothing else. Last time I'm gonna say anything about Westbrook.
I'm starting a whole therapy group of Westbrook.
This is therapy.
I mean, the whole therapy group. So if you want to join,
yeah, I do. I think 21-day plan to kind of admit the healing starts when you can admit that you got a problem. Okay, so I do have a problem. So with that being said, but this Denver Portland series is awesome. And then now you want to go over to the East. I swear, this Boston Milwaukee game is lights out. Kyrie is behind. He's going to turn into Uncle Drew.
But they're down 2-1.
Yeah, but it's beautiful. You should have heard Kyrie yesterday talking in his post-game interview. He was saying how he's going to, light a bomb to pretty much all the big men, and he's going to break them off. He's going to pretty much the next game, the next time Boston and Milwaukee plays, you're going to see Uncle Drew come out, and he's promised that. He said he's going to punish. That was the words that he said specifically. Okay. He's going to punish all the big men, any mismatches that he has. And I love to see Kyrie when he's in Mamba mode, because when he's like that, it's the best show on TV. Giannis, of course, is a beast. Giannis came through yesterday, stat line 34, 13 and 8 yesterday. Yeah. Huge game, 4 blocks, can do everything. Left, he's that guy. We still got Golden State. Golden State is playing Houston right now, which is today. So
it is today. So hold on, I do want to talk about that series for a second. We're talking about the refs. We're talking about fouls.
A lot, yeah.
Houston, do you think you're going to win the series just on foul shots alone? It looks like they're trying so hard to get to the foul line. Also, are you supposed to fine players when they flop? I'm not seeing one fine for a flop this whole entire playoff series. How many flops have you guys seen? Even just in this one series alone. Not only that, we're just trying to manipulate the refs. Stop trying so hard to manipulate. Just shoot your shot. When you shoot a 3-point shot, right, you go up, you maybe come forward just a little bit, because your momentum will carry you forward. Do you kick your feet out? But remember that Scott Van Pelt, right?
I said that.
It's like, yeah, we do a regular on an open 3-point shot. You shoot the ball, you land maybe a little bit more forward because you're, like I just said, your momentum. These guys are kicking their legs out, flailing their elbows out when they got a guy in their face. Like,
but this is what made Harden. So that, and now again, you talking about it in the negative, but that's going to attract me to watch Harden play next time to see how many times.
He's trying too hard.
Yeah, he
does.
does.
In your game, dude.
They showed him when he shoots jump shots regularly, when he's not contested, and then when he's contested, he jumps out like 3-4 inches forward, and or trying to draw the foul. But that's him being.
And it's hard as a ref. It's hard to ref that.
But it is. But Chris Paul been doing it for years, and that's what I'm saying.
Everyone's been doing it.
LeBron has been doing it for years. I mean,
everyone's been doing
exactly.
it. It's a new style of NBA, and frankly, I like watching NBA, but it's starting to me. It's turning into soccer almost.
Yeah.
The flops and they're trying to draw the fouls.
Are they bringing out the free spray?
Right? Like, come on, guys, just shoot the ball, play within your game. D'Antoni, give the ball to Harden, let him do his thing. Stop trying to. I don't know, man. It's getting a little bit too out of control. Because now they're 2 games in, right? They're down 2-0.
Yeah, they're down 2-0.
They're down 2-0.
And I believe that's gonna tie up. When they go back to Houston, Houston's gonna get them.
Well, you want it to tie up.
So my hype is Houston. Houston will tie this thing up, and it's going to go 6 games. My no hype is it's going to go 5 games, and Golden State is going to steal 1.
I think they're going to sweep them.
I don't think they're
just based on the first 2 games, Houston is playing completely out of their element. They're trying too hard.
I agree with what you're saying. I think they're trying too hard. They're trying to manipulate the refs a little bit. They're trying to change the game up a little bit. And then after the game, they're talking about give us a fair chance and everything else that's going on.
A fair chance. Harden they showed a stat line, right? Harden out of 100 of his 3-point shots were fouled. The next person, 33 of their 3-point attempts were fouls. During the regular season. Like, talk about unfair, dude. They ref Harden fine. He's just trying too hard. Yeah. He'll shoot the ball and then he fouled me, dude. No, you jumped into him.
Again, but that's up to the refs to make the right call, and they're gonna try to manipulate the refs. Refs is in a no-win situation, no matter what.
I agree.
So with that being said, when you know that you're in a no-win situation, you just got to call it like you see it.
Yes.
It's not like these guys are not going to try to manipulate you. They're going to try to take advantage of you if you leave yourself open. Right. To hammer everything is a net. So when you got all the players are hammers. All they're looking for is to find ways to nail it down. And they're going to go after the refs. They're going to try to draw the fouls. They're going to try to manipulate whatever they can from the game. So, again, I can't knock Harden for trying to get those. 95? He led the league last year in 3.5.
Yes.
95 times. The
No,
closest part.
it was 100.
It was
100 plus.
It was 100
It
plus.
was 100
I
plus.
thought it was 95.
It was 100 plus.
If that's the case,
The next best person was
31,
33.
31, 33.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
man.
So with that being said, and this is the reason that Harden is an MVP candidate. Why? Because of the points that he put up. So with that being said, that's the NBA, and it's up to the refs to make the right call. They're going to be told that they garbage, they can't see, they don't know anything about the game, but they refs. Nobody likes refs in all sports.
Yeah.
All of them are wrong. So that's just what it is.
And at the same time, it's so hard to be a ref. Like every play's like bang bang. You know, watching the NFL, it's like, oh, like how do you miss that call? Ref, when you slow down in super like ridiculous slow mo and you see it from 17 different angles. Sure, then it's almost obvious. But when it's like bang bang, these refs it's a hard gig, man.
So
it really is.
so my no hype is Golden State in 5, Houston. My hype is Golden State in 6. The other West Coast game, Denver and Portland. I'm gonna say that no hype 7, hype 7. That's just even right there.
Going all the way,
I'm
man.
going all the way 7 with that. With Eastern Conference, I'm going Milwaukee and Boston. I'm going to say that's going to go 7 too. Hype and no hype 7.
Okay.
Out of Toronto and Philly, I'm going to say that.
Did you see the numbers? Speaking of that, don't say anything yet. See the numbers on when Kawhi is out and when Kawhi is in.
No, because
he's like plus 132 when he's in, and like when he's off the court, they're like minus like some ridiculous number.
Kyle Lowry is so
bad.
overrated. Kyle Lowry is so overrated.
7 points. He had 7 points.
Kyle Lowry would have been the one I would have let go before DeRozan. Kyle Lowry is to me, he's a good point guard. I'm not, to be honest, on the show we've always been able to not overly criticize the
Correct.
players.
We're trying to
So because I'm not in the NBA and I don't have no right to say that Kyle Lowry is not a good player. But as a fan, if I was a Toronto fan, I wouldn't be confident with me trying to win a championship with Kyle Lowry as my starting point guard. That's just the best way to say it.
He's
Kawhi
a max player
so
too.
when Kawhi leaves, Toronto is going to be
Max
irrelevant.
contract.
So with that being said, Toronto Philadelphia series, hype, no hype, I see that going 6 Philadelphia, to be honest with you, in the hype zone. No hype zone, 7 Toronto. So no hype, 7 Toronto, hype, Philadelphia 6.
Okay.
To be honest with you. And that's my basketball.
There's your basketball. Fair enough. I would agree with you on most of all of that. I'm going to say this. Hype, no hype, Golden State in 4. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. How can you not? I mean, Durant's like the best player in the world.
Best player in the universe.
I mean, even when Steph has a night off, Durant, is going to go off. It's crazy. Steph, he actually hasn't done a lot this series, to be honest with you. It's been Durant. What's the other series? I'm going to go
Portland.
I'm going to go
Denver.
Portland. I'm going to go Portland, Denver. I'll probably say 7. With that hype, and no hype's going to go 7.
Who?
Great question. Man.
Because you've been on Denver.
I know. I've been on Denver. I've been on Denver. God, well, Denver won the first game, then Portland won the next 2. This is tough. This is tough, man. This is tough, man. This is tough.
That's the coolest
See,
stuff.
I just love to see the good series. Right?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
good
wait.
series, yeah.
So I'm going to go conspiracy 7.
I know he's
I'm
on the
gonna go.
conspiracy.
Right, I'm gonna give him 10 points. We got 10 points. Did he
then
say
we
conspiracy?
go.
I love it. I know he's always in
And then
conspiracy.
I'm going to go Portland in 6, conspiracy Denver in 7.
I can't
That's
believe
why I'm
you
like
said
conspiracy. I can't wait for a conspiracy show. I have so much ammo for you
I
guys.
cannot wait till
I
our
can't wait.
conspiracy show.
Yes.
I cannot
We've
wait.
been talking about this now for 2 weeks, 3
We're
weeks.
gonna
We just
all
got to
show
get James
up
on here.
with metal tinfoil hats.
We just got to get James back. So we're going to make tinfoil hats and we're going to have the show. This will be great.
You are invited to the
Yes.
conspiracy. Come with your tinfoil hat, and we're gonna all sit around the round table.
Sit
and,
around the
and we're gonna
table,
talk
yeah,
about
yeah.
every conspiracy that happened in sports over the past 20, 30 years. All the games.
Example. Let me give you an example. When the lights went out in the Ravens Niners
Oh, Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Conspiracy. when Jordan went to go play baseball. Conspiracy, you know. So those are just,
that'd be good. Yeah,
those are just some of the examples that we're talking about.
Breaking all that down.
Yeah. What are the other conspiracies that we're talking about?
Well, you've been beating up my sister about the Golden State. So with that being said, man, let's go ahead and try to get. I want to show the Steeler country, and you know, I don't know what else we got.
But I want to talk baseball real quick.
Okay.
So, funny stat for you: the month of April for baseball, the most home runs hit
Dodgers
of all time.
Dodgers.
1,000+. Dodgers are number one.
Exactly.
Number one right now.
Dodgers hitting everything. The ball looks like Jupiter to him.
Played Little League in Chandler, by the way.
I know. There you go,
Right?
Cody.
Right.
There you go, Cody. My boy.
College World Series.
That's right. And the Cubs are hot too. Just for the record.
I just want to
Look up the Cubs.
try to put this in perspective. The most home runs hit in the month of April of all time this year. And in April it's cold, so like, hey, so I'm too cold, I can't like swing or whatever, right? So can you imagine what the warm months are going to be like with home runs? Not only that, the most guys right now, there's 11 guys who have 10 or more home runs, which is ridiculous. Yelich and Bellinger are just
crushing.
Just exactly. So baseball should be fun the next coming months, I hope.
It's fun now. They're hyping them up. They're hyping up the young kids. You got Guerrero, who really they did a great job. I watched that game. They hyped him up big time. Yeah, baseball is doing what they got to do. They were showing the Cubs yesterday, and they were showing Madden doing some type of, because he does hippie stuff. And, he was saying that I don't know what he was doing, but he was doing something, and he was saying this is the reason why the Cubs are on their win streak. He's always been that hippie. Phil Jackson. Chicago attracts coaches like that all the time. Sure, we need that to break that up. But yeah, baseball is doing a great job, especially because the Dodgers is in first place. As long as the Dodgers is in first place, baseball is doing such a great job, and we lead the league home runs. I just love it. It's just beautiful. You go ahead with your baseball.
How'd they do last year?
I don't do that. That's reopening the womb and the sky. Okay, all right. I am passionate about my sports. Okay.
Did they do well the year before?
They did the same thing the year before, but this is the year. I'm taking that from my father, being a Cub fan, and wait till next year. There you go.
Fair enough.
This is like a Cub fan, right?
Yeah,
it's always next year, right?
It's always next year. I'm always a believer that there's a next year. OKC, Russell, if you're hearing that, please go to the lake, go hang out with Magic, go to a bird's nest and go talk to Larry, and please go talk to Jordan, go to the Hornets Hive and go talk to Jordan.
He won't.
I need
He won't do it.
I need that.
He thinks he knows everything already.
He doesn't know everything.
Well, he thinks
Don't
he does.
listen to Seth. Russell, I know you're listening to me. I need you, man. I've been fighting on the front line for you. I need you next year to win a championship. I've been working on my jump shot. If you need me, call me. I can do the role of Andre Robinson. He doesn't do much but play defense. I can do that. Just let you know, Thunder. Sam Presti called me. All right.
Here's my quick hype for next year. Thunder to the playoffs, lose in the first round.
My hype, they're going to win the championship.
Yeah.
No hype?
Exactly.
Lose
Lose
in
in
the
the
first
first round.
championship. All right.
Same old story, right?
Same old story. Any other sport news you want to talk about?
Bob Buffett is probably going to get another win today with the Kentucky Derby. I'm pretty sure he got.
The horse track.
Yeah, he got 10 horses in the race again.
How many?
Well, he got 3, but I'm exaggerating.
Well, when you put 10 in and there's only 10 races, you
right,
got to win, right?
So he's up there. Ain't nothing else really going on. You got Messi. He had a ridiculous 2-goal. That's for Abraham out there.
We've got boxing tonight. Canelo versus
yeah.
somebody.
I'm not a big boxing nerd. Damn, we still got to get you on the show. Talk about boxing.
Pee-wee, Eric, I called you. We need to get the Milwaukee breakdown and Giannis. You didn't answer and respond, so next week we're going to get you on the phone. And Adrian, we're going to talk high school Chandler basketball, so I got your message about that too. We're going to get you guys going. So
Sweet. Good show, fun show. I want to come back here again if you will allow us.
Yeah,
I want to watch you hang out. We ain't watching the show.
I want to watch the Stanley Cup final game here. To be honest
Yeah,
with
no,
you.
it's a good time, man. Yeah, I know we can't turn the whole sound system on here, but
Sound system. This thing got sound system too.
I mean,
It's a sound system.
barely. I mean, there's a
Pitch
little.
I'm not living this right now.
inside there.
This is not
Better
real.
than sports bar, right?
This is not real. This is not real.
You picture yourself right now?
I'm picturing myself. This is beautiful, man. This would make me a Steelers fan, but I don't want to say that because people think I got too many teams already. But you know, this is beautiful. I'm just gonna say that.
Nah, I'm glad you guys are here. It's a good time.
Right on. Well, thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right,
Good
and
time.
thanks for the beer.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. This is
High quality
Good stuff.
Kool-Aid.
High
Red
quality.
cup. There you go.
fair enough. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yes, sir. Good stuff.